Family Matters was one of the most beloved sitcoms of the late 80s and 90s. It gave us laughter, heartwarming family lessons, and of course, one of the most iconic characters in TV history, Steve Urkel. But behind the laughs and the wholesome image, the cast faced drama, controversies, and struggles that fans never saw on screen. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden truths of Family Matters, from cast feuds and secret behind-the-scenes tensions to controversial episodes and the heartbreaking struggles of the actors after the cameras stopped rolling. This is the real story behind the Winslow family. So, grab your suspenders, adjust your glasses, and let's dive into the 10 hidden truths about Family Matters you probably never knew. 1. Jaleel White's unexpected rise as Steve Urkel.
Gotta hand it to you, Steve. You ride that bike like a pro.
Thanks, big time. Stay.
When Family Matters first aired in 1989, the show wasn't meant to focus on Steve Urkel at all. He was originally supposed to be just a one-time guest character, but Jaleel White's nerdy voice, clumsy walk, and catchphrase, "Did I do that?" became an instant hit with audiences.
Did I do that?
Soon, Urkel took over the show. But here's the problem. While fans loved Urkel, the rest of the cast didn't always feel the same way. Many of them thought the show was supposed to be about the Winslow family, not just one character. As Urkel's popularity grew, other characters had fewer storylines. This sudden shift created tension behind the scenes. Some cast members admitted years later that they struggled with the fact that their roles got smaller while Urkel became the star. It was one of the earliest signs that life behind the laughter wasn't as perfect as it looked. 2. Cast jealousy and tension over screen time. For Marie Payton, who played Harriet Winslow, this issue was especially hard. She was originally one of the central characters. After all, Family Matters was a spin-off of Perfect Strangers, where Harriet first appeared. But as Urkel's popularity skyrocketed, Harriet and Carl Winslow's family moments took a backseat. Reginald VelJohnson, Carl Winslow, admitted in interviews that he sometimes felt frustrated. He loved Jaleel White, but it was tough to watch a show about his TV family slowly become the Urkel show. The tension was never an all-out fight, but the shift created a quiet divide. While Jaleel White was catapulted into stardom, the rest of the cast had to adjust to smaller roles. Fans at home saw the laughs, but behind the cameras, there were mixed feelings about the direction of the show. 3. Marie Payton's sudden exit.
When you came here, you told us that we were a team and that you were our coach. Well, sir, a good coach is supposed to encourage his team, not destroy their confidence.
One of the most shocking moments in Family Matters history came when Marie Payton left the show in the middle of the 9th season. Fans were stunned. Harriet Winslow was the backbone of the family, and suddenly she was gone, replaced by another actress, Judy Elder. The truth? Marie Payton was unhappy with how the show had changed. She felt the Winslows were no longer the main focus, and that storylines were becoming more and more bizarre. By season 9, episodes featured things like time machines, cloning, and space adventures, all centered on Urkel. In interviews, Payton admitted she was tired and frustrated. She loved her castmates, but she couldn't pretend to enjoy the direction of the show anymore. Her departure wasn't planned. It happened suddenly, leaving fans confused and disappointed. This was a clear sign that behind the laughs, there was serious drama. 4. The mysterious disappearance of Judy Winslow.
Ugh, why do you want to say roaches? They're disgusting.
Judy, roaches are just misunderstood. In fact, roaches are highly resourceful. They can appear anywhere. Ooh. Gotcha!
If you grew up watching the show, you might remember the Winslows had a youngest daughter named Judy. But here's the strange part. She completely disappeared after season 4, and no one ever explained why. The actress Jamie Foxworth was written out of the show with no goodbye. One day she was there, the next she was gone. Fans were left wondering how a family sitcom could just erase a child without explanation. The truth is, producers decided Judy wasn't needed anymore since the focus was shifting to Urkel. Sadly, this decision had devastating effects on Jamie Foxworth. After leaving the show, she struggled to find work in Hollywood. In her adult years, she faced addiction issues and even ended up working in the adult film industry for a period of time. Her story is one of the saddest parts of Family Matters, a reminder of how child stars often face painful challenges when the cameras stop rolling. 5. Controversial episodes fans didn't like.
Steve, I'm saying lighten up. Lighten up and
Go with the flow.
For most of its run, Family Matters tackled family-friendly storylines with humor and heart. But some episodes drew controversy. Fans noticed that as Urkel's inventions and science experiments took center stage, the show became less about relatable family issues and more about over-the-top comedy. Episodes like Stevel, where Urkel's ventriloquist dummy comes to life in a creepy horror-style plot, and the cloning episodes where Urkel became Stephen Urkel, left some fans scratching their heads. Critics argued the show was moving too far away from its original message about family values. Even Marie Payton voiced her frustration, saying she didn't sign up to be on a science fiction sitcom. While some fans loved the wacky direction, others thought it hurt the show's legacy. These controversial choices added to the growing divide between what the creators wanted, what the cast expected, and what fans loved most about Family Matters. 6. Jaleel White's real-life struggles.
I did run into an issue. Marie and Reggie at that time were very sensitive to putting black men in dresses. And they heaped that on me.
While Jaleel White made millions of people laugh as Steve Urkel, behind the scenes, he was dealing with heavy struggles. Playing such an iconic character at a young age came with pressure. Jaleel later admitted that he sometimes felt trapped by the role. No matter how much he tried to move on, Hollywood only saw him as Urkel. On top of that, Jaleel has spoken about personal struggles in his adult life. He revealed that fame at such a young age made it hard for him to find balance. He faced criticism, typecasting, and the challenge of proving himself outside of the nerdy character that made him famous. In 2010, Jaleel was accused of domestic issues in a public relationship scandal, though he denied the claims. Still, the controversy followed him for years. It's a reminder that even though Urkel seemed like a happy, goofy character, the actor behind him was facing real battles most fans never knew about. 7. Reginald VelJohnson's career challenges.
cute, Al. Real cute. Be a long time before you make sergeant.
Reginald VelJohnson, who played Carl Winslow, was one of the most beloved TV dads of the 90s. But after Family Matters ended, his career slowed down. While he appeared in small guest roles on shows like CSI and Heart of Dixie, he never reached the same level of fame he had during the 90s. Part of the problem was typecasting. Hollywood couldn't stop seeing him as Carl Winslow, the stern but lovable cop. Behind the scenes, VelJohnson also dealt with rumors about his personal life, including speculation about his sexuality, which he chose not to publicly discuss. Though not a scandal, it added pressure on him as he tried to navigate life after the spotlight. Despite the challenges, VelJohnson has stayed positive and continues to work occasionally in TV and movies, reminding fans that while fame can fade, talent remains. 8. Marie Payton's struggles after leaving.
I guess my fan mail, along with the enthusiasm of the audience in LA and around the country, suggested that we want to see more of Harriet. We'd like to see her family. She mentions that sometimes, and well, it happened.
After walking away from Family Matters, Marie Payton faced her own struggles. Leaving a long-running show wasn't easy. She admitted that while she didn't regret her decision, it was tough to move on. Hollywood often typecasts actors, and for Marie, being Harriet Winslow made it difficult to land new roles. While she found occasional guest spots on other sitcoms, she never found another breakout role. Behind the scenes, she also faced personal challenges. Payton spoke about the difficulties of being a black actress in Hollywood, where opportunities were limited. Her decision to leave was brave, but it came with sacrifices. Even so, Marie remained proud of her work. In later interviews, she said she hoped fans remembered Family Matters for its heart, even if behind the scenes wasn't always perfect. Her struggles highlighted the real cost of standing up for yourself in an industry that doesn't always listen. 9. The decline and cancellation of the show. By the late 90s, Family Matters wasn't the ratings giant it used to be. The storylines were becoming stranger, the cast was divided, and many fans felt the show had lost its original charm. In 1997, the show switched networks from ABC to CBS, which many saw as the beginning of the end. CBS promised fresh energy, but instead, the show's ratings dropped even further. Without Marie Payton and with increasingly bizarre plots, viewers started to tune out. By 1998, after 9 seasons, Family Matters was canceled. What had started as a simple family sitcom had become a sci-fi heavy comedy that many fans barely recognized. For the cast, it was bittersweet. They had made TV history, but the messy ending left an awkward legacy. Some fans still debate whether the last season should even count as part of the Family Matters they love.
10. The lasting legacy of Family Matters. Even with all the behind-the-scenes drama, controversies, and struggles, Family Matters remains one of the most iconic sitcoms of the 90s. It gave us unforgettable characters, countless laughs, and important lessons about family, love, and acceptance. Steve Urkel became a pop culture legend, inspiring catchphrases, merchandise, and even video games. The Winslows became a symbol of a wholesome black family on TV, during a time when representation was still limited. And despite the challenges, many cast members have reunited over the years, reflecting on how much the show meant to fans. They may have had disagreements and personal struggles, but they also created something that has stood the test of time. At the end of the day, Family Matters was about family, both on and off screen. And while the real story is more complicated than the perfect sitcom image, that's what makes it even more fascinating. So, there you have it, the hidden truths behind Family Matters. From Jaleel White's rise and struggles, to Marie Payton's dramatic exit, to the heartbreaking disappearance of Judy Winslow. The story behind the sitcom is full of drama most fans never knew. It's proof that even the most wholesome shows can have complicated, messy realities. But what do you think? Should the show have ended earlier before things got too weird? Or do you still love it, flaws and all? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the real stories behind your favorite shows.